What if I told you that the $8,000 you're paying in rent right now could be building you $2 million in wealth over the next 10 years instead of making your landlord rich? I just ran the numbers for a client who was convinced that renting in this city was smarter than buying. And when I showed him the real math, his jaw dropped. In the next 8 minutes-ish, I'm going to be showing you the exact calculation that changes everything. Plus, the one factor most people completely ignore that makes buying in New York City an absolute no-brainer. I'm Erin Wheelock from Luxury Living NYC, and I've been helping first-time home buyers navigate the rent versus buy decision for, about 14 years. I don't like to admit it. Here's what I've learned. Most people are making this decision based on outdated information, incomplete calculations, and advice from people who don't understand the New York City market. Whether you're paying $4,000 for a one-bedroom or $12,000 for a luxury two-bedroom, this video will give you the framework to make the smartest financial decision of your life. And stay tuned until the end because I'm going to share access to our exclusive rent versus buy calculator that's specifically designed for the New York City market. It factors in things like New York City tax benefits and building appreciation that generic calculators completely miss. Every financial advisor and online calculator tells you to multiply your rent by 15 or 20 to see if buying makes sense. In most of America, probably works. In New York City, that formula will lead you to a wrong decision every time. Here's why New York City real estate operates in a completely different universe. First, rent stabilization means your rent increases are often capped, while property values continue to climb. I have clients whose apartments have appreciated 40% while their rent only went up 8% over 3 years. Second, the tax benefit in New York City are massive and most people don't calculate them correctly. Between federal deductions, state benefits, New York City-specific programs like the condo co-op tax abatement, your effective cost of ownership is often 20 to 30% lower than your mortgage payment. Third, the opportunity cost calculation is backwards here. In most markets, you compare buying to investing the down payment in stocks. But in New York City, prime real estate has historically outperformed the stock market while giving you a place to live. You're not choosing between investing in housing, you're choosing between two different investments. And one of them you get to live in. Hello. Now, I know this sounds complicated, which is why I created our New York City-specific masterclass. The link is in the description box below. But first, let me show you the 3 biggest misconceptions I hear every day. Literally, I think every day. Misconception number 1, I need 20% down. So I have to save $400,000 before I can buy that $2 million apartment. This stops so many people in their tracks. The truth is, there are numerous first-time homebuyer products, including options with as little as 10% down for qualified buyers. Plus, many luxury buildings accept gifts from family members or allow you to use assets beyond just cash for your down payment. I just closed with a client who thought he needed $500,000 saved. We found him a program where he put down 15%, used some stock options for additional assets, and his parents gifted him $50,000. He moved from renting a $6,000 a month apartment to owning a $2.3 million condo with a monthly cost that's only $800 more than his rent. And it's not going to go up like the rent every year in the non-stabilized units, which is what his would be. Misconception number 2. Renting gives me flexibility, buying ties me down. Look, I get it, but here's what most people miss. You can always sell. And in the New York City market, if you need to move after, I would say 3 years, you'll likely make money on the sale. Meanwhile, every month you rent, that money is gone for forever. Buying actually gives you more options, not fewer. It also raises your net worth. Misconception number 3, the maintenance fees are too high, so renting is cheaper. This one drives you crazy because it ignores what you get for those fees. Your maintenance usually covers heat, hot water, gas, building staff, amenities, exterior maintenance, insurance, and often includes services that would cost you hundreds per month as a renter. When you factor in what renters pay separately for utilities and services, the numbers often favor buying. The real rent versus buy calculation. Let me show you how to actually run this calculation correctly. We'll use a real example. $2 million co-op, that's comparable to a $7,000 a month rental. Monthly cost for buying, $8,500 for the mortgage payment. $2,200 maintenance minus $2,800 in tax benefits equals $7,900 net monthly cost. Monthly cost for renting, $7,000, 0 equity, 0 tax benefits, subject to annual increases. Now here's the key. After 1 year of buying, you build approximately $35,000 in equity through mortgage paid on and appreciation. The renter has built 0. After 5 years, the homeowner has typically built $200,000 to $350,000 in wealth, while the renter has spent $450,000 with nothing to show for it. But here's what really changes the game. Opportunity cost of your down payment. If you put $400,000 down and your apartment appreciates even 3% annually, that's $60,000 in 1 year alone. Your down payment isn't disappearing, it's working for you while you live there. The break-even point in New York City is typically 18 to 24 months, not the 5 to 7 years you hear about in other markets. This is because of the unique combination of tax benefits, appreciation rates, and rental market dynamics here. Tommy, no decisions. When is the right time to make the switch from renting to buying? Right now might actually be one of the best opportunities we've seen in years. Interest rates have stabilized, which means predictability in your costs. Inventory levels are healthy, giving buyers real choices, and many buildings are offering incentives like reduced closing costs or temporary maintenance reductions to attract buyers. Also, in New York City, I would say 99% of the time, the sellers are actually paying the commission for the buyer's agent. Plus, rental prices have continued climbing while sales prices have found their footing. The gap between rental costs and home ownership is narrower than it's been in decades. Seriously. But here's the most important factor: your personal readiness. If you're planning to stay in New York City for at least 3 years, if your income is stable, and if you have access to a down payment, whether through savings, family assistance, or creative financing, this could be your moment. I mean, there's even a lot of banks that just lend on your assets. The key is running your specific numbers with current market data, not making assumptions based on what you think you know about the market. So here's what I want you to do right now. I've created that comprehensive masterclass. This isn't just theory. I'm going to walk you through the exact calculations using real current market data. In this masterclass, you'll get access to our proprietary New York City rent versus buy calculator that factors in all the variables other calculators miss. You'll learn the specific financing options available to first-time homebuyers, and I'll show you case studies of recent clients who made the switch and exactly how much money they're saving and building. Plus, I'll cover this step-by-step process for transitioning from renter to owner without any gaps in your housing. Registration is, of course, completely free, and the link is in the description box below. And please do me a solid. Make sure to subscribe to Luxury Living NYC. Hit that notification bell wherever it is. I mean, we're constantly analyzing market conditions and updating our recommendations based on what's happening right now. Real estate in New York City is living and breathing. It's always changing. You don't want to miss insights that could save you or make you hundreds of thousands of dollars. Remember, every month you wait is another month of building somebody else's wealth instead of your own. Guys, time to be selfish. Build your own wealth. Let's change that. I'll see you in the masterclass. Again, thank you so much for joining. Please comment if you'd like to. That registration link is below, and I can't wait to see you on the next episode. Until next time, we at the Wheelout team would love for you to think of us for all of your real estate needs. Bye, guys.